In this lesson, we'll take a crash course in culinary studies.
Pupusa is a typical Salvadorian food, but a lot of dudes confuse it with something else, if you know what I'm talking about.
Spicy has been used to describe Latinos.
My mother, since I was a child, I mean, to this day, she'll bite a jalapeno a mordida, you know, with every meal, and she'd be like, and to this day goes, si me quieres, mijo.
That's why it's no coincidence food plays a role in defining Latino identity.
We eat parts of animals that the animals don't even want.
We'll show how food has shaped the Latin experience in this lesson of Latino 101. It's time for class. Substitute Professor Jenkins. Professor Garcia couldn't make it today. He ended up getting married in Tijuana. Food, the center of the Latino universe. Pass me some gandules.
Food is a wonderful thing. Most people take food for granted. I don't. Most Latinos don't.
Food for Latinos is a celebration. That's the beautiful thing about our food. When we eat, we celebrate because we're never really sure when we're gonna get to eat again.
Food for Latinos is so important. It's like the UN. It stops everybody from fighting. You know, once this dinner is served, everybody stops fighting. It becomes like an episode of Full House.
It could be the worst fight in the world, but as soon as dinner was on the table, it was pause. All right, let's eat, then we'll fight later.
Uncle Jesse, can you pass me el arroz con pollo, por favor?
There is a rhyme that we used at the table when I was young, not that long ago. It was, ¿Quién corre más de la yegua al potro? El primero que acabe le ayuda al otro. It meant that when Mom called to the table, you better be there or else your plate will disappear.
You come to our house, there's like food. You know, we don't give you a plate, you get like a shopping cart. You get food, all right?
Yeah, next coming to the stage is the National Poetry Slam champion. And I think she was also the Denny's Grand Slam champion. Please put your hands together for Maida Del Valle.
In the domain of the Del Valle kitchen, my mother is the dictator. I refer to it as Carmen's culinary queendom. She becomes a cuisine conquistadora, wielding a freshly sharpened knife like a sword above her head.
Latin food, good on the lips, a lifetime on your hips. Swing it this way.
For Latinos growing up, I think food is a really big thing with us. It screws up our health.
You got carbs or carbs.
Our moms like to fry everything. That's a little bit of a drawback. Well, you know, my mom would fry whatever. Whatever. I didn't want your Cheerios, lo que sea. Whatever, okay?
All these great food that's great growing up. And then when you like hit around 25, you start like, you know, gaining 2 pounds a week.
It's like, she cooks it in the lard, number one. That's old school, and the grease is popping, man, and nothing hits her. She's 2 inches from the pan, nothing hits her. She's like a chorizo ninja, pop, pop. Nothing hits the lady.
The weenie with the bacon wrapped around it, it was a genius idea. Someone woke up high and said, I got bacon and I got a weenie. All I need now is a bun.
Is our food a little high in fat? Absolutely. But is it delicious? Yes. Does it keep my thighs in place? Yes, it does. It keeps me looking thicker than a Snicker.
Latinos have traditional foods, which are delicious, but impossible to pronounce.
My mom would make food that she had recipes that were handed down to her for centuries. Now we're talking centuries.
Just so much good food. Sancocho, longaniza, mangú.
The treat for me is going home and a little cafecito and the huevos rancheros.
Mondongo, cocido de patica. Ooh, that's really good.
For 2 years, I was vegan, so no meat, no dairy. I was dating a girl that I happened to like. And once we broke up, I was just like the Argentinian roots took over. Like, screw her. You go back to eating meat. You know, I don't need to cook it.
Food was very important in my family. We used to eat a bunch of things like bacalao, boliche, ropa vieja. I have no idea what it was, but it sounded insane.
It takes about 6 years to make one bacalao. So you need like a PhD to make it. You have to, this thing is the most salted thing on the planet, and you have to put it and you have to treat it with, if you can't even get mad at it, you have to treat it nice.
My brother makes bomb-ass chicken enchiladas for a Filipino.
The cuchifritos, the empanadas, the capurias. It's like they sell like a papa. Like it's like a potato ball with meat inside. I mean, it's just random cuchifrito. But it sounds like cuchi, but cuchi in some Latin American, countries is vagina. So it's like fried vagina.
Ay, 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 ay.
burritos, enchiladas, tostadas too. Rice and beans are good for me and you.
Rice and beans, you know, we got rice and beans.
Arroz con frijoles, I mean, that's pretty universal.
The major difference between Argentinians and other Latinos is that we don't eat beans. But I still have gas.
If there's beans in there, I'll eat it. I hate garbanzo beans, though. Hell no. I don't even know what they are. But then somebody told me they should even smash them up. It becomes hummus. Who would have thought? But I still hate them.
It's all good. I put lemon and tapatio on everything anyway.
I love that Latinos love salsa, because I'm all about salsa. Latinos are all about salsa. I mean, they have it every day on everything. You know, salsa to Latinos is like Jamba Juice to white people.
My mother, since I was a child, I mean, to this day, she'll bite a jalapeno a mordida, you know, with every meal, and she'd be like, and to this day goes, si me quieres, mijo.
Even if food doesn't taste good, you can always make it good with hot sauce.
When you go to Venezuela, you go to the beach, there's always these guys walking around, serving these drinks. One is called rompe colchón, which is like mattress breaker. It's like the Venezuelan Viagra. Every seafood that you can find is in there, from seahorses to motor oil, all combined. My dad gave me one when I was 5 years old. I didn't sleep for 5 days, and I went through 3 mattresses.
And now it's time for Learning Espanol with Godfrey, the world's premier African-American Spanish language instructor. I'm hungry. I want food on the table.
Tengo hambre. Yo quiero comida de la mesa.
And that was Learning Espanol with Godfrey. Don't cut class. Find out what food sounds like a body part. Sucios. Hey, you in the fridge. Put down them rice and beans and get your ass back to class. Tortillas, also known as Mexican white bread.
Tortilla, it's a staple. It's our staple. It's our bread. It's how you bring all these delicious flavors together in one.
I love tortillas made out of flour, tortillas de harina with butter on them. Ay, no, hombre.
It's like you know what it is? It's an orgy wrap, is what it is. It's like if you could get a blonde, a brunette, and a redhead into one bed, that's it. Roll it in a tortilla y deliciosa.
Tortillas and frijoles are like oxygen to us. Like, I think we'd rather have beans and tortillas than water.
Mexicans are weird. They eat tortillas with everything.
I don't know life outside of tortillas.
They're weird.
Taco Bell, I don't know who comes with their food, but somebody had to be smoking weed, had to have the munchies to come out with putting a corn tortilla inside of a flour tortilla, and then you put beans and everything in there and wrap it up and you market it. Dude, is that genius or is that just somebody getting high?
Our beans come out good the first time. We don't have to do them again.
Even though I'm Puerto Rican, I would have to say Jesus is Mexican because he always shows up on a tortilla.
Plantains. You know Chiquita like that banana.
Another traditional plate is plátanos, which is the large plantain. It's not your regular banana. That doesn't look too nice, huh?
Dominicans are known for plátanos. We'll have plátanos for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
It's what we have the most of. I mean, literally plátanos fall off the trees.
We'll cook in different ways. We have the sweet ones, which is maduros. You know, the green ones, we make tostones, you smash it. You make snacks, plátano chips. We even make candy out of it. Plátano flavored Mentos.
Pupusas, tasty and kind of kinky. Swing it this way.
The traditional Salvadorian plate is pupusas. It's masa. You know, you flatten it like a tortilla. You put chicharrón, which is pork, beans, and cheese. And you, like, mush it up again. You flatten it out like a tortilla. You put it on the grill, and you eat it with something called curtido.
I don't know how they stayed hidden from my life for so long. I didn't really come up on a pupusa until I was like 27.
I'm a pupusa addict. I mean, I'm addicted to the cheese, I guess. You know, it's just the business.
And then they gave me that special sauce, that coleslaw on there. Oh, man, they threw extra cheese, the black beans. Oh, that was the hottest thing ever. And then this El Salvadorian girl said, "Do you like pupusas?" And I'm like, "I think I love you."
It sounds freaky, pupusa.
People are like, me gusta la pupusa. And pupusa is the typical Salvadorian food, but a lot of dudes confuse it with something else, if you know what I'm talking about. They're like, "Hey, girl, I like your pupusa."
American culture is all up in the Latino culinary world. Get up out of there. You know that ain't yours.
What do white people eat? Everybody else's food.
I think people have been eating, you know, Latin food for years under the wire. Now it's popular. I'm gonna eat spicy food, but you know, most white people, they can't handle real spicy food anyway. You know, pepper's too hot for them.
I dated a Jewish guy, and like he's so Jewish that even his bowels are irritable. Like every time we go get Mexican food, his colon's all like, "Ooh, this is too spicy." It's so annoying.
Mexican food is like hot, like fire hot.
You know, it's funny the way some of these like food products, they just take something they already have and slap a Latino name on it, and all the Latinos go crazy. Like dulce de leche, it's caramel ice cream, people. It's caramel ice cream. They just slap dulce de leche, and all of a sudden Latinos are like, Häagen-Dazs understands me as a Latino.
It's really not even for us, I don't think. I think it's for the Americans to be like, I'm eating something ethnic. Oh my God, look, I got a Chipotle burger. Oh my God, I'm giving back.
They'll try Chinese food, they'll try Italian food, Mexican food, you know, and then they'll basically try to take over it.
A lot of Latinos get upset that things like Taco Bell are not authentic Mexican food. Well, I'm Italian, and neither is DiGiorno pizza. But you don't hear me whining. We just have to accept that there's gonna be American imitations of our food.
Yeah, I think, you know what? Our food takes a lot of sazon, a lot of seasoning. You know, like white people got their stuff bland, so that easy bake oven could take it. But with our food, I think it'll blow up the easy bake oven. Like the spices will just make the bulbs blow up.
Hamburgers, hot dogs, you know, that's apple pie, that's American. I mean, that's white. That's a white food.
Like, for real, I'm thinking it'll blow up the bowls. Think about it, like a burrito inside of an easy bake oven. Are you kidding me? Chipotle, all that, what you got, you know, we got like Mangú. What else we got? Churrasco. Steak be too big to put in there.
White people eat a lot of macaroni and cheese. Tons of it. Tons, and I don't know why.
People dog on white people, but white people do have a beautiful openness to other people's cultures, unless you want to move in their neighborhood.
Coffee, that's Latino kryptonite.
We started the whole Starbucks thing. We did it, man. I mean, I remember going to school as a kid in the Bronx and, you know, kindergarten, all the kids, what did you have for breakfast? And all the other kids, Joey, I had orange juice and I had, you know, cereal. And they come to the Puerto Rican kids, what did you have? Café con leche.
My mom used to drink coffee, you know, so when she was breastfeeding me, it was like having a macchiato already made for you. It was the weirdest thing. It was like, here's a decaf, and then here's a regular, and I will get to choose as a baby what kind of coffee to drink right from the start.
You can't have a decent coffee without good sugar, because remember, coffee must be black as night, hot as hell, and sweet as love.
I still breastfeed once in a while. Once in a while. I mean, people say that's weird, you know, you gotta stop. Like, why? That's my mom's. You know, I go to her house and like, hey, Ma, ¿qué pasó? You know what? Hey, you call that lady? Oh, yeah. What'd she say? You know what I mean? Is it weird? Nah, I'm just kidding. I mean, we stopped. When I was 14, she said, okay, this is enough.
Memorious Deuces with David Zayas. My sweet, sweet David.
My mother's side of the family, part of their business was making cakes, you know, so it's big, just juicy, tasty, fattening cakes. They're sweeter because they use rum. Yeah. Well, and what's funny is that usually when they're making the cake, at the end of them making the cake, they're pretty blasted because they make the cake, the rum, and they take a little bit, they make some more cake, they take a little bit. So usually they're like really, really in a great mood after they finish baking their cakes.
Roberto Vanderpool, keeping it green by using Platino.
Halloween, too, was kind of like rough for us, too, because we didn't really have costumes, so my mother made us like a costume out of the Platino pills. I wanted to be like a Power Ranger, but that didn't exist in the household that I came from. It was like, my mother's like, you want to be a Platino Ranger? I want to be blue, but no, they only come in two colors, green or yellow. You become a Platino Ranger, that's it. No more, no más. So we fighting crime in the Bronx. And, you know, if you ever notice with Platinos, there's a lot of mosquitoes in the grocery stores around Platinos. I don't know if you ever noticed that? So these mosquitoes would be like around us when we go trick-or-treating. Pressing the doorbell, dum dum, trick-or-treat. What is all these mosquitoes? Can you get this boy out of here? They ask me, what are you? I'm like, I'm Plátano Ranger. We even had a theme song. Go, go, Plátano Rangers. Dominican warfare, Plátano Rangers.
This food lesson made me hungry. I'ma go toss me a salad. Latino 101 will be right back. Hey, get that Plátano out of your... Get back to class. When it comes to animals, Latinos will eat anything from toes to...
We eat parts of the animals that the animals don't even want.
Whatever we can catch and stuff into a tortilla.
Liver. There was nothing that you could ever make me do to eat liver.
The craziest thing I've eaten was, growing up in the Bronx in New York, they have these stores called the Cuchifritos, and they really, it looks like an autopsy.
You know what? I think we'll eat anything. We'll just give it a different name, like possum testicles. And we'll just call it, comida. That's what my mom's like, okay, what's that? Es comida. Okay. That means it's not that good.
In Venezuela, we eat this possum. It's called chihuire. It's a possum that actually has some flavor into it, because it's been turned and it's been nurtured to be eaten.
So in Ecuador and in Peru and that region of South America, they eat cuy. They're pretty much hamsters, deep fried.
It's disgusting, actually. I don't know why we eat that. It's disgusting.
The craziest thing I ever ate was an entire pig, and I ate the cage, too.
I don't like morcilla. I used to eat it, and then one day I woke up around 6 in the morning to the sounds I thought was a woman screaming. And I go outside, and it's the pig being slaughtered.
Morcilla. It's a blood sausage. It has rice and pig's blood. Hey.
I said, this is gonna make morcilla. And Dad, I'll never eat morcilla ever again, ever.
I had morcilla as a kid, and they tell me I had it. There's pictures of me like this as a kid. So I'm sure I had it, but I don't want to put my kids through it, but I'll have to make it just to make them, know the real deal of what the Taino Indians went through.
I had an aunt that used to take the little snout of the cochonito, the little pig, and she'd lick inside it. I don't know how she ever got laid, come to think of it, after she did that. My poor uncle. Jesus Christ.
This Latino lady who lives by me, she always coming with some straight feet, chicken feet.
My dad would love chicken feet. Why? There's nothing in the foot. He's like, why are you sucking on nothing?
Nails and all.
Why would I want to eat it?
Straight foot. Gone.
We eat every part of a cow. The head, the ear. Have you ever had lip soup? I had lip soup.
It's disgusting.
What do we do with the stomach of a cow? We get tripe, we make menudo.
I tear the menudo up, man. Even my Hispanic friends be looking at me like, you eat that? I'm like, hell yes.
Like my dad used to eat menudo with a pig feet, and he used to like the pig feet with a dirty nail. Like he'd be sucking on that pig feet like it was it was a breast. He'd be like.
I love it, man. It's close to chitlins. I eat chitlins. I'm from the South. I eat it.
It was an ugly ass. It was like a pig foot like this, and then when they were stirring it, just kept. When you sink it on it was gross, man.
But you gotta brush the teeth, man, with the mints and everything afterwards, because it's coming seriously.
It looked like crap and it smelled like death. Why would I want to eat it?
It's the only food that looks the same going in as it does coming out.
My mom one day was cooking bull testicles, and I was like, really, Mom? Wow, tongue? Have you ever had tongue? It's like a big old cow tongue. Delicious.
We don't make it anymore, but when I was growing up as a kid, my dad would make lengua, his famous lengua tongue, and this and that, and I saw he would make it. It was a tongue, man. He'd cook it, then you'd peel it, and he'd make me peel it. Like I really want to peel a tongue.
I thought forever my mom was trying to be romantic with my dad. You get lengua? And I'm like, oh, man.
The weirdest thing I have personally eaten, I forget her name.
And now it's time for Learning Espanol with Godfrey, the world's premier African-American Spanish language instructor. Oxtail.
Robo encendido!
And that was Learning Espanol with Godfrey. Pop quiz. Which of the following is most likely to give you heartburn? Enchilada, chimichanga, Eric Estrada. We'll have the answer when Latino 101 returns. Hey, don't cut class. Latino 101 will be right back. Question was, which of the following is most likely to give you heartburn? Enchilada, chimichanga, Eric Estrada. The answer is C, Eric Estrada. I'm still trying to swallow the fact that I bought some swampland from that dude. Hey, Poncharillo, where the hell is California City? That ain't even on the map. And now it's time for Andy Spencer and Ace Guillen with their smash hit, 2 Minute Tamales.
I remember being a kid and we would make things like fried bologna wrapped up in a tortilla. That was good. Sometimes we would make like a mole and we'd have that all week. Christmas was my favorite because we would have like tamales. But then we'd have like next morning like tamales and eggs. Then the next day like tamales and chicken. And then the next night it'd be like tamales, and I just got sick of freaking tamales after a while.
Are tamales that good? Like, are they that good? Because, like, I've eaten them with hot sauce and all kind of stuff, but I'm just eating them for the sauce.
Can't really think of much else other than just Christmas time and getting sick of tamales, to tell you the truth.
It ain't that delicious, because this lady, every morning, I wake up to tamales. Every morning. I mean, I was running out getting some, but I wasn't really feeling them. I'm like, I'm just doing them because she calling me every morning.
Please, mommy, I'm sick of tamales. I just want a hamburger or a pizza or something. Too many tamales. Sometimes I just want enchiladas. Not a whole lot of enchiladas.
I went to Puerto Rico on vacation recently. I was like, me da una yuca frita con chicharrón. And they're like, oye, pero chica, ¿usted cómo sabe de esa comida? Even though we are all Latinos, you still learn something different from someone else's culture. You're just like, wow, I didn't know that.
People always ask me, where do they use the bathroom on a taco truck? You know what I mean? And I always tell them the same thing. You know those tacos, how good they taste? Can't find that flavor in a restaurant, can you? Okay.